Hi everyone, welcome back. So I promised that we would do a colour along, or a colour with me as I call them, in the Flower Fairies book. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. And I'm going to be using, just for a base, we might use some other things, the beautiful Arteza brush watercolour pens that I was sent. Just for a base for the leaves and the flowers, because they've got the really pale wash that I want to achieve. And so I thought we would tackle, yes, I know there's quite a lot, but what they've actually done here, the original image is here. Oh, bear with me, sorry about that. Of course your phone starts ringing, doesn't it, as soon as you set up. So they've took the original image, which is this, and then they've added all the blossoms around the outside. But we can deal with that, we can cope with that, can't we? So, just to do a coat, her little dress is green. I've got an image that I'm looking at. The baby's clothes are pink, and some of the petals are extremely pale pink. So we'll go with the flow. So I've picked, let's come in, let's focus on, let's do the dress, shall we? I've picked, oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick up on this. It's so teeny tiny. Pale green, A176, and I've got the beautiful bubble bath pink, A187. So I'm going to put a little bit down on my Caran d'Ache palette board on the rough side, and we're going to start with our gorgeous pale green, and I'm just going to put some colour down. It doesn't hurt the nib. And then I'm going to take my Stationery Island pen, water pen, and I'm going to get a piece of tissue, and we're going to try this colour on one of the leaves. Now I'm hoping it's bright enough, so I'm just going to, let's try, where's an inconspicuous one? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to run my brush pen across, like that. Let's pick that leaf at the top, we're going for it, folks. Now I haven't used any medium in this book yet, it's been untouched. So, it's paler than I thought it would be, but that's okay. Because I want to do pencil work over the top. A bit more water than I wanted. But yeah, I've just put in the Apple Blossom Fairy, which this one is. If you look on the back here, I can't manoeuvre you all. So it's the Apple Blossom Fairies on the back page. So I just put that in Google, and if you put that in Google, you'll get an image come up of what it looks like. So I'm going to use that as our reference, and we're going to go for it. So that's going to give me the kind of, I've got to come out a little bit, this book's going to be difficult to, that's going to give us the pale wash that I was looking for. It's very hot today here in the UK, we're about 26 degrees, so things are going to dry quite quickly. Right, I'm looking for this one now, and you can see it. I'm just going to dry my brush off, make sure there's not too much water on it. And this will give us the really bright undertone that I wanted. Hopefully. I'm trying to pick out all these leaves. So, you don't need to sit and watch me colour in a million green leaves, that's for sure. So, I'm going to take the bubblegum pink. So I will do the dress in green, and then I'm going to take the bubblegum pink and put it on my palette board over here. Put the lid back on. And then all I'm doing is just making sure my brush hasn't got too much water on it and picking up that paint. Then, let's try to find a flower. Here, can you see? Yes. And then I'm just going to, and that is going to give us the perfect palest pink that I want underneath. Just clean my brush off just so that I get as much paint instead of water on the brush. I hope you can pick up on these beautiful pale colours, but these are ideal used in this way to get this gorgeous light tones that we want. So, and then the babies are all in pink. Excuse the I don't know what's going on outside, tree surgery I think. Very annoying. Baby's pale pink too. Now I wouldn't want to assume gender, so I'm just going to say baby. I'm sorry if that's really annoying. So if I shut the window in this little room I'm going to roast to death. Yeah, even the little nappy, look. Little nappy bulge is pink. So, and then just clean my brush off. This fairies dress is all pink, is all green. So I'm going to put an undercoat of that on. So I don't know what this paper will. It's picking up the colour okay. It's working all right with water. But they are single-sided images, so I'm not too fussed if it goes through. But I did want to capture that watercolour kind of look. So we're just going to... I've missed a bit of pink there off baby, look. Okay. Yeah, so it would capture that sort of pale, beautiful wash that I want. So I'm going to come back out so you can see. Hopefully you've picked up on those colours. I'm going to go off and I'm going to put that very pale coat on all the flowers, because we can do white pencil over the top should we need to, and the green on all of those leaves, and then we'll come back ready to get stuck into this picture. And I'm thinking that I might use some Derwent pastel colour paint in the background, just so it is very pale and watercoloury. We'll see. I'll be back in a second. Okay, that's all done and dry. Paper's gone a little crinkly, but as you can see, nothing major. And when we put pencil over the top, it will be fine. So there's a couple more little bits that I want to do. As you can see, I did her wing in the same pink, and I did the little baby's wings in that pink. Now we've got this pink here, and in the picture I'm copying, that wing... Did I say this pink? I'm so tired. On this wing, the pink is like... I did. It's a peach colour, not pink. I'm trying to get my words out. So I want to do that in the peach colour. And then I want to base the tree branch that they're sitting on. And the little yellow flower centres. So if we come in, so that you might be able to see the colour a bit better as well then. Because it is on there. Okay, so I have got pale peach A175, I think that says. And then if I meant to say to you earlier, if you haven't got the Arteza brush pens, you know, cheap felt tip pens, Crayolas, anything like that will do this job. If you put them on a rough surface and then pick them up with a water pen, they will do the same thing. And they do a really good job too. So we're just going to put this peach colour, because this wing on the image that I'm copying is like a creamy with some pale pink detail. It's like a creamy colour with pale pink detail. So I thought this would be great. Okay. So that's that wing done. Gosh, I hope you're picking these up. It looks like you can't see anything. Let's move that light again. I don't even know if you can see that, but there's pale pink on there. Okay, now the branch, in the centre of the flowers, so these little guys, we've got this gorgeous colour, honey A121. Just let you refocus. I'm going to do the same thing, put that down. There you go. And then I'm going to take my brush and make sure it's not too wet. Pick up some of that ink and I'm just going to dab it in there. I'm not sure what pencils we're going to use. My you couldn't even see that, could you? There. So I'm just dabbing it in the centre of those. I wanted to use my new Pastellos for this, but I'm not sure that they've got the colours in there that I'm going to need because they're so beautifully pastel. And I thought they would be perfect, but I'm not sure. So if it's not those, then I might get out my light fasts because I love the greens in there, and as you can see we've got a lot of greens to get through. But I definitely want to use my Derwent pastel paint in the background because they're just awesome. But it doesn't mean you can't follow along if you haven't got the same supplies as me. It should hopefully just give you an idea of colour and what colour to use. So I'm just dabbing that honey colour in. I'm just using it up because I don't want to wipe the board and waste the pen that I've put down. I'll do a few more. It's a really cool colour, so we can get some lovely ochres and browns going on in there. We'll just put a little bit of wash in there to indicate the centre. There we go. There we are. And that one. And that one. Okay. And we'll put a little bit there. Let's use that up. Okay. So let me show you the colour that I want to do for the branch. If I can get it. So this bit here, we'll do this bit together because that's nice and clear. So I've got this gorgeous colour, and this is Tawny, A137. So let me get my board, and we're going to scribble Tawny on the board. I'm just going to move it to one side so that you can see the branch. Taking my brush, and I'm just making sure that it's not too wet. I'm going to pick up some of that ink, and then we are going to you don't have to be too accurate because this is just going to be our base. Now what I would have liked would have been brave enough to do it all in kind of watery colours, but I'm not accomplished enough at blending the watercolours in. Remove all this and we'll do this last bit. There. I would have loved to have done it all in watercolour, but like I say, I'm new to watercolour, and so I don't want to ruin the page. I don't want to get halfway through a colour with me and have to scrap the page and start again on something. So I'm sticking with, at the moment, I'm sticking with what I know. Where else is there branch? In between baby's legs, look. So there's some there. Wipe my brush off. We could use polychromos to do the pencil work. That would work. I don't know. Right, any more branches? Can we see any more? I expect you're screaming at me and going, there's one there, Lucy. Okay. So, I'll come out a minute. Hopefully you can pick those colours up. They are so very pale. I'm going to go and finish the centre of the flowers with that honey. I might go back over that wing when it's dry, just so it's a little bit more peach. And that's it. Then we'll come back and we're going to do the sky together with the Derwent pastel paint. You don't need that. You just could do it in pencil, or you could do it kids poster paint, whatever you wanted. And I'll have chosen the pencils by then. And then we'll get going, because the fun bits hasn't even started yet. Alright folks, see you in a sec. Okay, so that's dry. And I filled in the hair as well, just very lightly, of both children. So we're going to switch now to our Derwent pastel set. And there's 25 colour, God, I'm so tired. 12 shades in this set, and I have done a review on this if you want to have a look on my channel. So I want to use this one, which is called Cornflower Blue, at the bottom here. And I've left a little space on my palette, and what I'm going to do is, these are so beautifully creamy that they kind of activate immediately. You don't need to spray any water on them. So all I'm going to do is put some in the palette and water it down, because it's such a gorgeous colour, but I just want it a very pale hint of blue in the background. Okay, got my tissue to hand, just make sure it's not too wet. Alright, so I will bring you in a little bit. I don't want to come in too far because I will keep losing you. So I am just going to, and we can build these colours up because these colours stay once they're on the page. So if we find that this wash of pale blue is just too light, we can add more colour after it's dry, which we probably will, but I'd rather do that than go in too heavy and it just be too dark. So I'm just going to put some more paint in, it's just too washy. Okay, I'm just going to put in between these petals and just kind of let it settle in there, really. That's a better blue. It was too washy. And then we'll just deepen it up if we need to. Where else? Just trying to find all these little gaps. There's a lot of little gaps in here. But I think once the blue's down, it'll help us to pick out the picture better. So I'm going to do this. I might go a little darker at the edges. But it's a gorgeous colour. But I want it so that if we want to deepen up any areas, we can then go back in and do that instead of, oh well, it's all one flat colour now of blue. And these, according to the website, layer without movement, so a bit like the ink tents. I'm sorry about all the notifications popping up everywhere. So I think I've decided, folks, to settle for polychromos for the actual colouring, because we can do the skin with those. They've got some beautiful greens in that set, but equally so of the light fast. I don't know. You could actually make a really nice skin tone out of these paints that we could go over just a base coat with, which would be quite good fun. Push that off. push that off that petal. We're going to go over with pencil, so it's not the end of the earth if you get a bit on there. So, can you see the picture starting to come to life with just that little bit of blue in the background? Where else am I going? Here. And because they've changed the original picture, which was just the fairies sitting on this branch with the apple blossom round them, and then just a couple in the corners of the apple blossom, it's quite difficult to pick out what's background and what's actual picture. I'm waffling, people, I'm waffling. So I'm trying to show you as much as I can without it being, you know, like, oh god, this is like watching paint dry, excuse the pun. But so that's all I'm going to do. Okay, so we'll have a good background. What I might do is deepen up some of the corners, but I'll show you if I do. I'm just going to go off and finish this part off camera so we can get to the pencils without you having sat here for ages. Alright folks, 1 minute. Okay, so we've got a kind of blue background. I've not finished yet, I'm going to layer it up, but I thought we'll go in with the skin. And I was sent these gorgeous Astra Pastello pencils as a gift, and I thought we'd try the skin out with these. So I will put some information up in the corner so you can go and watch the swatching of them. And I've numbered all of mine from 1 to 50 because they come in 50 colours, and I've kept them in exactly in the order in which I swatched them in. And then I just put little stickers on so I knew what numbers they were. So I did go over the skin with the light peach that we used to do the wing, and just check that they are bone dry. So I'm going to take number 2, which is like the lightest sort of pinky peach that we've got, and I'm going to put a coating of that on these little faces. We'll just see how this works out. So they seem to be laying down nicely. So number 5. Let's have a go. So these are just going to start to build in a little bit of tone. Go over the lips, a little bit around the hair, above the eye. I might need to bring in some polychromos for like the brown for the hair, because I don't think we'll have the depth that we want in the pastel colours. I'm not sure, we might, I don't know. I don't think there's any browns in the set, to be fair. A little bit of shadow under here. And then, I wonder if we could afford to come in a little bit. I don't want to, because I keep losing you. Right, now we've got number 30. So, if you watch the, sorry about the camera swinging, if you watch the swatching video I literally have left these in the order in which they arrived, just so that if you got them, you could colour with me. But these, you know, my plan was to use these because they're pastel colours for the flower fairies are just ideal. Okay, so she's got a little bit of colour going on. Where's that other one? And then I'm going to go back to number 2, which is our... Do you know what? They are really beautiful pencils. Okay, let's see what kind of pinks we've got. I want a sort of pale one. Let's try number 29. Let's try that. So I just want to bring a bit more, 29, so I just want to bring a bit more pink into her little cheeks and lips. Yeah, that's better. She's looking a bit yellow. A bit down here. I think that looks quite cute. I hope you're picking the colours up, and then go back to that number 2. That's our palest colour, which is just like very pale peach, and just merge those all in again. They layer well. Yeah, I'm pleased with them. So we'll do that. Let's do that on her little arm. So number 2, we'll layer that down. Okay, then we're going to take number 5 and start to put some shadowing in. Deep around here. Okay, then we went 30, number 30. This was our sort of rosy beige colour. These are beautiful pencils. Back to number 2. And now I'm using them on this paper, they feel like wax. Ah, look at that. Where's my brush? What do you think, people? What do you think? Need to do a bit more blending there. Back up on that cheek. So cute. I hope I know one of my lovely viewers and subscribers messaged me and said that their pencils had come in exactly the same order as mine. So like I say, I'll put the link in the corner. Where are we? Up here, so that you can watch that video if you do get these pencils. If not, I've got plenty of Polychromos, Prismacolor, skin tutorials that you could use if you want to have a look at those. But I'm really, really impressed with them. Let's do baby. Let's do baby. Cute. Okay, then we went in with number 5, didn't we? So we're going to put some shadowing around the hair. In his little ear roll, or hers. Just a little bit above that eye. Just going to come around it so that we can give the baby rosy cheeks under the chin. And then we're going to go, what did we do? Number 30, didn't we? 30. So I'm just going to kind of follow that lighter tone that we already put down. Just checking you can see. This is our darker colour. And then we're going to use some pink for the little bubba. There we go. So we're going to use 29. My goodness, I don't know what's going on outside. I do apologise for the noise. Number 2, back to number 2 again. And then let's blend those. They do feel waxy when I'm using this. They must have... But they blend like wax. They like smush. They're not soft like Prismas, but they're not hard. But they smush out together, look. Okay, I'm going to go back in with number 5, so it's not so dark. That's got a sort of more of a peachy pink colour. Ah, little Bubba's face. I like it. I'm really impressed. Ava, thank you so much for these pencils. And on the swatching video that I did of them, there is a link to them on eBay. And what I will do is put the Polish website, because I've kept the box, I'll put the Polish website link down that was on the box, and hopefully you'll be able to see them from there, because people were saying that actually if you order directly from Poland, the shipping was so much cheaper. So I will do that for you at the bottom of the video as well. Look at this little chubby arm. I love that on babies. It looks like their little hands have just been stuck on the end of their arms, doesn't it? Their little chubby wrists. There we are. Right. 30. Ooh, 30. I'm going to have to definitely, I think, buy me a backup set of these pencils. I hope that Astra realise how well liked they are and will make them more readily available to us, because they are just gorgeous. Number 30. So I'm just defining those little chubby bits. And then number 5 with that pinker colour. There we go. So, with 4 of the Astra pencils, in the order that I had them, 2, 5, 30 and 29. I've tried to make the stickers as clear as I could. I know it's going to be very difficult because they don't have names or numbers, but in the order that I got them in, 2, 30, 5 and 29, and we've got skin. Isn't that brilliant? So, yeah, I'm so impressed. I am going to finish the skin, and then I'm going to select the colours so that you're not sitting around forever waiting for me. Select the colours for the rest of the image, because obviously we can do a couple of leaves together. Oh, I've got the colours for the leaves. I'm such a doofus. So I practised here on this one, if you can see. I practised here. So I took out 46, which is a sort of very yellowy green, 39 and 38. Gorgeous, gorgeous greens. And I don't want them, we've got a lot of leaves in this picture and I don't want them to overwhelm the image. So her little dress is also green. So we could do that while we're on camera now, couldn't we? So Right, 46 is my darkest colour, this sort of yellow-green colour. And let's go for it. Okay, so we're going to follow the shady lines that we've got. And do a little bit around here. I don't want to do too much and overwhelm it. So I'm just going to see what this little section looks like first. Okay, then I'm going in with 39. And I know they look a little bit different in greens, but if you just bear with me. And then 38 to blend them in. Kind of blends with that Arteza pen that we put down and gives us a variant of shades without having really to do that much work. So we kind of get... Oh my god, you couldn't see. I'm so sorry. So we kind of get that light and shadow without even having to try. Right, we'll do this bit on camera, people. So number 46. And we're going to go in where we know the shadow's going to be. So, round little bubba. A little bit around the crease of her neck. Maybe bring a couple of lines in there. And then in with 39. Now this is where the colour changes. So I'm just lightly blending the two. Just bringing out this sort of turquoisey green a little further. And then taking 38, I'm going to use that to blend all the colours. That hasn't left much room for our very pale green that we put down, but can you see, with like very little effort, we're going to get sort of that tonal shades that we want. And we can always go back in with even a paler one, but I like it, I think it looks good. So back to 46, let's do round our little straps, which were done in the same colour as the tree bark. Put a shadow there. Then she's got creases all up here. She's got one here. And then here. And then this one will extend down to there. I'll extend that down to there. And then kind of another one here. I'll bring that out a bit. I'll make that meet so it gives her a bit of a waist. Okay, then we're going in with 39. And we're going to bring that colour out on top of and bring that out a little bit. Not too far, because I do want some of that really pale green left in there, in like the highest spots where her leg is there. And it's just a very easy way of getting a clever effect of light and dark. So like here, we'll bring this 38 in and leave our initial, just fade it into our initial colour. You see? And it just almost matches that pastel that we'd put, that what's the word I'm looking for, people? Arteza. The Arteza brush pens almost matches that green that we put down there. I'm really pleased with that. I think that's really lovely. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing on the leaves. So let's do a leaf together. So we're going to put number 46 in the dark spaces. So I'm going to have dark shadow where the veins are. And in the actual Flower Fairies picture that I'm looking at, her dress is the same colour as the leaves. We'll put a little bit of shadow there because that's curled over. Bring that down. Then we'll go to 39. And we'll put, same as we did with the dress, we'll follow our, where we put the dark in, but leave space for that very pale green. So we're going in with 38, and then blend that into that Arteza pen. We use this one to smush those colours all in, and then just let it fade out into that Arteza pen. Need another bit of that bluey green there, because that makes all the difference. There, what do you think? I think it's going to look really cool, actually. Okay. So, what do I need to do? I need to finish the skin. We can do another leaf together. Let's do another leaf together before I go off. And then what I'll do is get the branch colours, the hair and the pinks. Okay, so I'm taking 46 again. This sort of greeny yellow. Let's do this one together. So I'm coming under this flower, which is dark. I'm going to bring out those veins. And under here is darker because it's underneath this leaf. So it's going to be a bit of shadow there. Okay. Then we're going to take this sort of turquoisey green, 39, with that colour. And then, same as we did before, blend over that beautiful yellowy green. And bring that out. And then we're going to go in with our 38, which is like, I would say like a pale sage from the Prisma set, if that helps. And we're going to blend over all of that and let that then fade into that Arteza pen. So we've got the very edges of the leaf really pale. I'm just going to go back in and put that turquoisey, a bit more of that turquoisey green in. Go back to the sagey colour, 38. There. What do you think, people? Let's come out and have a look. Let me come out a little bit. I don't want to come out too far. For a budget brand pencil, they are fabulous. Before I go off and select the other colours, let me get the box. So if you can't be bothered to go back and look at my other video of the swatching of these, if I lift it up for you, there, www.untitled astrapolska.pl is their website where they sell lots of goodies. Yeah, so you get 50 colours in there. So if you can't be bothered to go over to click the link on my other video, there's the email address for you, but I will, again, I'll put it down below. So I'm going to go off and finish the leaves, which is very basic in those 3 colours, nothing difficult about it. Just blending those 3 colours. I'll finish the skin in exactly the same 4 pencils as we used over here. Well, it might even be 3 because I might not need the pink. And then I'll come back with the pinks for the blossoms and the wood. Alright, my lovely people, see you in a second. Right folks, back again. So I've done the leaves and I've finished the skin, as we've talked about. It's the next day now, I've just finished work. It's currently 4:45 in the afternoon. So just kind of, I like to try and give you sort of a time scale of how long these things take, because you put a video together, it's like an hour long, and people think, oh yeah, I can throw that together. And it's actually a lot more work than people think. So I've put together the pencils that we need to complete the picture as much as I can at the minute. And I've had to pull in 2 Prismas because my beautiful Pastello pencils are just pastels, so they don't have the full range in there that I need. So I've only picked up 2, but I've got 2 Prismas, and that's a white and I've got sandbar brown. So let's have a look together at this, the branch. If we come in, there we go, it's a good shot. Just trying to move and juggle things. Okay, so I've done a little leggies. So I've got the come on camera, sandbar brown PC 1094, and then I've got in the order that mine came in, 31 and 32, like they're kind of the beigey ones that are in the set. I think there's pretty much only 2 like that. Oh, there might be a 3rd one. No, they're greys. Yeah, so there's only 2 this kind of colours, and I'm going to use both of them. So, and I'm going to literally just follow the lines that we've been given, and I'm going to use the underside of the tree as where I want the shadow. So I'm going to put the sandbar brown from the Prisma in all the places that I would like it a little darker. So around here, I'm going to put it there just because I've got blue sky over it. And we're going to have to fade this out quite well because these pencils, so I'm using 31 now, sorry, these pencils don't smush the Prisma. They work with it, but they don't smush it round like Prisma to Prisma would. So I'm blending that in, I'm going to bring that up there. And then number 32, to help if I could get the camera get my pencil in the right place. And then we're going to put that one in and blend those. Now, we might have to go back with the sandbar brown just to take out sort of any harsh lines. But it kind of works, so we're doing 31, and then 32. So I like it. And then we can just deepen up any areas that we want. So I'm gonna obviously let the sandbar fade right out. Because like I say, they blend together beautifully, which is why I think they're probably oil, because they're not pushing the wax around like wax to wax pencils would, if that makes sense. The pastellos I'm talking about. Oh, I've had a busy week. I really have had a busy week. It's been really hard this week at work. Obviously I can't go into detail because I work with children, but it has been really hard, and tomorrow is a half day for me. I get to finish the week early. And I'm so looking forward to it. We forecast glorious weather in the UK for the weekend. My husband, bless his heart, is actually having to work tomorrow. Sorry, Saturday. So, how unfortunate for me. How will I cope being here all alone with nothing to do apart from put a little bit of washing on, do that, you know, do your housework bits, and then some colouring. However am I going to cope, people? What am I going to do? I love it. I quite enjoy my own company. I know that's an odd thing to say. It's not so much my own company, it's the peace and the tranquility you get. So just a few hours on your own, there's nothing like it. Just to be able to say, right, I've done the housework, I've done whatever you know, responsibilities you've got, and then to be able to sit and do some colouring. And I love it. So I think my TBC books have kind of, although I'm doing this one, and we're going to do Rhapsody, that's okay, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to stick to them. Oh, it smushed that bit of Prisma. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to stick to those, because I have had some beautiful gifts from people that, colouring book wise, that are just stunning, and they've thought of me and sent them to me, and it's going to be a challenge, folks, to leave them alone, I can tell you, and focus on the books that I had got out. But we are going to do Rhapsody, I promise that, we will do Rhapsody. And I'm looking forward to doing Rhapsody as well, because it's a book that I've been a little scared of, a little intimidated by. So yeah. But it's going to be a struggle, it really is. The kindness that I've been shown in this community is unprecedented for me. I have never experienced such love, kindness and friendship. It's outstanding, it's incredible. I'm going to tilt you. Come with me. So we're going to focus on this little branch up here. And we'll just do this together. I just want you just to get an idea of how I'm putting it together. Yeah, it just, I've said it before, but I will say it again. I have never, ever felt so accepted and appreciated, I suppose the word is, as I have since I've been doing YouTube. So going back to 31, how I'd labelled them. And it just makes me want to do more and more. It's given me such a confidence boost. I don't know if you've watched my early videos, but my goodness, I was a nervous wreck when I started. Now I look forward to coming on and chitter-chattering and waffling on. There's one last bit, we'll do that together down here. Oh, I'm going to have to tilt you again. Bear with me. There we go. I can move you into shot. There we go. Yeah, and now I look forward to coming on and chitter-chattering, waffling on, telling you about, you know, what's going on for me, and I hope you're all alright, and if you're in the UK or wherever you are, you're enjoying some gorgeous weather. Been very blessed with warm sunshine. It's lovely. Yeah, so it really has become my safe space, YouTube, my special time, where I can come on relax from difficult days at work and sort of escape the anxiety, I suppose, of that I'd spent so much time living with, and it's just incredible. So anyway, I'm trying to say thank you, guys. That's a long-winded way of saying thank you, wasn't it? They do seem to play nice. You'll have to be a little bit more delicate with the Prisma to get it to blend, but they do seem to play nice. Okay, we've got a tiny little bit left here and under baby's butt, so we might as well just do it, hadn't we? So and then we've got flowers, which are really not that taxing, and their hair and wings, and we are there, which won't take long, I promise. 31. That bit quite dark. And then 32. There we are, little tiny bit under the baby's little chubby legs. I was counting the toes. Sorry. I just suddenly thought there's more than 5 toes there, but there isn't. 31. And we're going to use this combination for Fairy's hair too. So, because remember I went over really lightly with the brown Arteza pen. There's a tiny bit down here. So we will, I'm going to fill in these dark looking spots. This bit of the plant, so I'm just going with brown. I don't know what it's meant to be, but I think it could be, I don't know. Could be like that one, isn't it? Can't see, like that one, so it's kind of coming off the tree. So we'll go with brown to fill those bits in. I think, folks, that is all the brown. Okay. Right, I'm going to tilt you again, just so I can have my book comfortable, sorry. There we go. Let's have a look at baby's hair. So I kind of want to keep the tops lighter, according to the picture that I'm using, and the base of it darker. So, I am going to lightly put some sandbar brown in those darker bits. Yeah, you can see. I suddenly thought you'd gone off camera. Like this. We might need more, but better to go in lighter. And I'm just, I'm really pleased with the pastellos. They're lovely, but how it's playing out on the page. This beautiful, soft look. Okay, and we're going to go in with 31. Bring that in. but I'm not going to cover it entirely. I'm going to leave that top part of the hair for a little bit of number 32, which is more of a sort of wheaty colour. And then quite happy with that. Might deepen up just a few bits of it. Cute. And her hair is going to be the same. So she's got a parting, so I'm going to come in the direction of that parting and bring in the sambar brown. And then on this bit I'm going to leave that bit, according to the picture, the lighter part of her hair. Little curl. Okay. Again, we'll go from her parting, bring that out. But I want to make that, this top bit here, there, lighter. So we're going to put the sambar brown in these lines. Give her some volume, you know, us girls. I'm trying to volumise our hair so it's not flat, all that kind of jazz. Let's put a couple of bits in, streaks in there. And then, okay, then we're going to take number 31 and bring that out. I might need to go back in with the Prisma, we'll see. Okay, number 32. And let's bring that in. It's just that tad lighter than the colours we've been using. We can go over the whole thing, and then we can replay with the sambar brown now. I'm just going to give it a turn in the sharpener. So I think what might be quite good fun is to kind of join these curls up, if we can. Just lightly. There we go. So it's not just a stopping dead at where the sambar brown finished. We can play, you know, finesse was the word I was looking for, but I'm so tired I couldn't even put it into the sentence. Oh dear me, we're only week 1 back into term. Okay, then I'm going to take 31, which is our sort of medium colour. I'm just going to bring that into that. There. What do you think? Hope you can see this. I know my lighting's awful. Okay, so we've done the hair. We did the tree. Let's have a look at these flowers. Now, the only prism I've got here is the white. Excuse me, just having my first cup of tea. And I've actually got 4 colours, but at the moment we're going to use 3. So I've got the white, we've got number 1, number 4 and 29, if you've ordered them the same as mine. And these are the kind of colours that I've got. So I've got the yellow, a sort of brighter pink, and the palest of all the pinks. It was the first pencil in my set. And then if we need brighter, I've got this gorgeous one, which is 28. Looks like that. So, let's start with this one here. And I'm going to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Please don't fall off the wall. There we go. Oh. I know it feels secure. I'm just checking that it wasn't going to... I've got a piece of wood screwed to my wall and it clamps on there, and sometimes it just works its way loose. So, I'm looking at my picture here. And let's start with this one. So underneath, so I'm going to take the 29, which is the darker of our pinks. We might need to use that brighter one. And I'm going to do underneath here. Because the petal's folded over the top of it. And I'm just going to kind of bring that round, leaving a sort of whitish edge. Or that very pale bubble bath pink that we put on. Then I'm going to take the yellow. And I'm just going to go over the edge of that. Because that will kind of turn the pink very sort of paley peach. And then take that really pale number 1 colour. And we're going to smush all that. Now I'm thinking, so now I've got the white, and I'm just going to smush over the whole thing. So I'm only going to use that white for the edges, and if I feel I've gone too dark with the pink, because it is really pastel colours, apart from this one, there are like a couple of darker ones that are dotted about. So on the top of that, on the top of this flower, I am going to take number 29, and I'm just really ever so lightly going around the edge. And then I'm going to take the very palest colour and just bring that down. And that, folks, is it. So for this big one, so if I do this petal, there is pretty much a repetition of this going on. So up here, like this one, you've got it, but that leaf, the fold over is the other way up, because all they've done is planted the same flowers all the way around. So if we do this flower together, you should get an idea of how to do all the petals on the page without me having to watch me doing it in its entirety. So on this one down the bottom here, they've done it the other way around. So we've got the darkest of our pink there. I'm going to put that tiny bit of yellow, because it's quite bright, over it. And then our palest of the pinks and smush. I'm just going to leave like a white border. Can you see that? I hope these colours are coming up on screen. Something on there. And then in here I'm leaving the palest edge, you know, that bubble bath pink artiste that we put down, and then I'm just going in with the lightest colour, number 1, on the inside, so it's hardly noticeable. I can see here that it's pink. I hope it's showing up on my camera. Then on this one, we're going to make it look like there is an indent. So I'm coming in a little way and I'm going to follow the drawing. down to about there. And then I'm going to shade that in. Go over that line so it's not the drawing that I did, so it's not a stark line. Then we're going to take the yellow and bring that down. I'm hardly pressing with the yellow at all. And then our very palest number 1, and fill the rest in. Go back over that. Okay, so there's that one. And then the other way of doing it they've got is, again, I'm going to draw the line. They've got this leaf, so I'm going to go round there, kind of follow the drawing, and then they've got this bit here. And then what I'm going to do is go over that line, following it, little circles. Bring that out a little bit, like that, and go in with our yellow. And then we'll smush with our pale pink, leaving that whiter edge. So I'm going to take my white Prisma and I'm just going to white out any areas that I feel. And that's that leaf. Looks like a pair of lips, doesn't it? And then this one they've done, again they followed the line, so exactly the same as we did the last time. I'm kind of just going to stop, and then we'll go over that. Bring that round and down. Then our yellow. And then our palest pink. And bring that all together. I'm just trying to soften that edge. There we go. Right, so let's have a look now. I just want to check this pink before we go ahead. So I don't know if that's the darkest one. I think we're going to need another one. So I think we need... I'm going to change it. We're going to do... Let's try 27. Okay, or 26. I'm playing, folks. That's too purple. Okay. So we're going to try 27, which is this. If I put it next to this selection, you should be able to get it's another bright pink. So not this bright 28. We're on 27. That's kind of, if that helps you select the right colour. So we said 27, let me just check again. Yeah, that's kind of, we'll start with that. Okay, so we're taking 27 and we're going to put our darkest bits in here, round at the base, because this one's much darker. Yeah. Now, so is it dark there? Definitely dark in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is carry the combination on we had before now. So I've got 29. Put that in. we'll just see whether we need the darker one or not. Then we do our yellow. See how much I trust you now? I'm even playing with colours on screen. What's going on, people? Okay, then our very palest pink, smush them. Blend them all in together. Let me have a look. It is much, much darker. So let's try 27, which is the colour I had. No, we didn't like that one. Let's try 28, which is this colour. Quite a shocking colour. So we'll go around the edge of where that dark bit was. And just pop some of that in, that's better. Okay, brush is what I'm looking for. And then this one's dark here too. So let's put in 28. And right, okay, we're dark at the base here. And round here. And that meets at the bottom, leaving like a little ovally shape. And then a little bit like that at the base. And then half of this bit is dark. Alright, and then we go back to our normal combination of 29. The yellow, and then number 1 to fill in and blend. What do you think? Okay, so what they're doing is these flowers at the front of this pale combination, so these that we used, 29, 4 and 1, and then we're adding 28 in, sorry, when we're doing the ones behind. So I'm trying to find where else they might be. On the original picture, this flower, hang on, we've got this flower, okay, it's missing on the other, on this picture, they took it out. It seems to be, see, it's missing it. So I would do darker on this one, here. It's my phone, oh no, darker on here. So anywhere behind, play with it, like this one down at the bottom. See this petal we're doing as the folded over one, but there's 2 behind, so you could do those darker. You know, it's up to you. You can just play with that combination. I best just pick that up, hadn't I? Okay. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine, folks. God, so clumsy. Right, let's put that out of the way. Okay, what else did I... Oh, I've got 2 colours to show you for the browns in the centre of the flowers. Let's find a nice one to do together. Where are we? Where are you? There you are. Okay, so I've got the one when I was swatching that kind of looks like the Polychromos green gold, or gold ochre, I can't remember what it's called, 44. I've labelled it 44. It's that, it's kind of like a green ochre-y colour. And then I've got 33, which is a very sort of pale biscuity colour. Okay, so obviously 44 in this instance we know is our darkest. So I'm just going to sort of dot it in there. We don't want it to look uniform because it's the centre of the flower. So we can go wherever we like with it. And then just add in the 33. This is a sort of kind of biscuity beige colour. Blend those in. And we've got that, so we've got that with the honey underneath poking through from the Arteza pens that we put down. And I think that looks pretty cool. Should we do another one? Yeah, let's have a look at the little bits here. So that needs to be, those need to be green. I haven't coloured it in. So 44, I'm going to run down some of the stems. And then and on the tips, sort of half the tip, like that. And then we'll go back in with our biscuity beige 33 and add that in. So I need to go back and that bit underneath those stems where they're showing, I will do as green instead of the ochre colours. What do you think? Let's come out and have a look at our progress. There we are. This is our progress. I think for some budget pencils, I know we've used the Arteza as a base, but for some budget pencils, haven't they done amazingly? I'm going to go off, folks, and finish, because this portion of the video was quite long for you to sit through. I'm going to do the flowers and the little centerpieces. Then we're going to come back for the finale and do the wings. Alright, lovely folks, I'll see you in a second. Right folks, here we are. It's another day. I've just finished work. It's Friday now and it's my early finish afternoon. So I finally finished all the flowers and it took an eternity. But it's very pretty, very pretty. Now we have to look at the little fairies dress here, which we didn't do. And we're going to do that the same as the flowers. I'm copying the picture that I got off the internet for the apple blossom fairy. So I'm using exactly the same colours, number 1, number 29 and number 4. So if we come in so that we can see our little dress, round these little petals here we're going to do them the same as we did before, but they're just tinier. So I'm putting the darkest of our pinks in and following the design. And I'm going to go in with our yellow. Just kind of blend that through, and then in with our palest pink, which is number 1. We're going to do that on each little tier of our dress. So I'm just going to follow the design, put that pink in. And going with the yellow, and then all we've got left is those gorgeous wings. So this little fairy has the same wings as her dress, but this one has a more pink wing here and a more yellowy wing here. So we're going to try and do that. Follow those round. Put in our number 4. And then blend it out with number 1. Okay. Now underneath here is darker, so we're going to use that number 28, the one that we used before on the flowers, and we're going to just give her some creases, a little bit up there, a little bit underneath her little collar. Up here. Around a little bottom. And this little part of her dress. Here. And here. Okay, then we're going to take the number 2, which is our next pink. Oh, sorry, 29. I've got 2 from 29, which is the pinks that we were using for the flowers. We're just going to bring that out. We're going to leave a little space for that gorgeous yellow. Okay, let's go in with the yellow. Bring some of that down. This helps to blend, but also gives that nice tone to the pink. Turns it a kind of really soft peachy colour. There we go, and then in with number 1. And we're just going to play with that, smush it in. Alright, what do you think? I think she's gorgeous. I want a little bit better blend there. There we go. Okay, wings are the same. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use some stickles, I think, on these little ladies. I am going to use our darkest pink, which is 28 in my set. And I'm going to pick out those veins, go around the edge a little bit. Then I'm going to come in with our softer pink on hers, and then just the yellow. And we're going to add some colour to the wings for the other one. There we are. And I'm going to go over stickles, use stickles for these dark lines that I'm putting down this pink, and possibly around the edge too. Just jazz it up a bit. Okay, back in with our softer pink. And then our yellow. I'm just going to take the Prismal White and I'm just going to lighten that even further. There we go. Right, now this little lady's wing is very similar to her sisters, so we're going to put some of the darker 28 colour in. So I'm going to go up here and let that colour come out. I'm playing really. I haven't got a plan, I'm just going with the flow here. I'm just kind of mapping out that pink where I want it. And then I'm going to add another colour as well. And then I'll bring stickles in, like I say, to cover up those lines. Okay, now I've brought in number 26, which is kind of lavendery colour. It's the only sort of pinky one like this, I think. Yeah. So it's sort of pinky purple. And then I'm going to blend that in with that. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. But I'd prefer not to have those black lines on the wings, so I'm going to try and get rid of them. Well, we'll put I haven't got stickles, I've got the, what is it? Dovecraft, just glitter glue, but it's really good. Which I get here in the UK from Hobbycraft. I think you can get them on Amazon too. Okay, so a bit of purple. I've used the bright pink. Now we're going to go in with our soft pink, which is 29, the one we've been using for the flowers. We're going to go over that. Helps to give us a better blend, smooth things out, and pave the way for the lighter colours. There. Okay, so now I'm going to put number 4 in. So that's our yellow, the pastel yellow that we've been using. And I'm going to kind of blend over the whole thing. Aren't they cute? I could have picked an easier page to do a tutorial on, really. There was a lot with smaller images. Right, now just to make sure that I've got it all blended, I'm going back to number 1. Yeah, there was a lot of easier pages I could have chose, but I really wanted to use these new pastel pencils and see how they performed, and I love them. I'm going to take my purple, and just make that a little bit more obvious. Making sure you can see. I might put a little bit on the baby's wings actually, because they're looking a little insipid. It's a good word for Friday afternoon, folks, for me. Insipid. Okay. I'm going to put some of this, the middle colour, 29, in. A little bit in there. Okay, so we've got the other wing to do. So I'm going to use pretty much, I think, the same colours, but more of the yellow in this. So we'll start with the bright pink, which is number 28, and we're going to do what we did on the other wing. She might look a bit wonky on my picture if I do it all different colours, so maybe we'll just stick to her having the same colour wings, the same colour wing as that one, otherwise she might look a bit odd. And I'm going to try, like I say, putting that glitter glue over the top, which is a kind of pinky purple. But I want to try and leave a bit more of the yellow exposed, if that makes any sense. Okay, we're going with our purple colour, which is 26. And then what I might do is go straight from that to the yellow. Maybe, we'll see. It's coming. I know this video's been a long time coming because it's taken so long. So we're going back to number 4, which is our yellow colour, and we're going to put that straight in and blend all those together. Yeah, it's taken such a long time to do. I don't know how long this video is going to be. At least an hour and a half, I should think. Alright, now, just going to take a little bit of the Prisma white, and I'm just going to helps to blend it, stops it being too overpowering. Okay, let's do this one. And then if I can get rid of those lines with stickles, that would be great. So I'm going to try on baby's wings first, I think. Just helps to blend any like nasty edges out and tone any brightness down. There, okay. Right, let's try baby's wings. So I've been practicing, I've tried all sorts out, but this is like a pinky purple. Now this is, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because of the glitter in it, but this is, just wait and see if it'll focus. Dovecraft glitter glue it says, I don't know if you're picking up on that. And the colour is Blossom. There we go, I wonder if I turn it now. There you go, Dovecraft glitter glue. We're going to try it on baby's wings first. Make sure it's flowing properly before, so I don't have a major disastrous splat, which I'm famous for, by the way. Right, so I am going to go over these black lines and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to blot them out, but I think it will certainly look better than just leaving them. I've smudged that bit there, but never mind. Okay, let's do this one. Cover up that black line. It hasn't completely got rid of it, but I think it still looks... Let me see if you can see, if you can pick up that sparkle. So we'll go ahead and do Big Sisters. So if we do the outside, I've just got a consistent pressure on the bottle, just following that black line. There. Okay, let's do down the centre. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Let's cover these up. I could have whited these out with gel pen, but this is more fun. And adds some glittery sparkle to the page. There we go. I'm going to turn it around so I don't put my hand in it. Okay, let's follow these black lines. One side's always easier than the other, isn't it? It's like putting nail varnish on. Can't speak. There we go. And I forgot, look, I haven't done this bit down the bottom. I've got to put these ones in. That needs more there. But any bits I've missed, I'll wait till it dries and I'll go back in and add more. There. I hope you can pick up that sparkle if I move the page. And then I think what I might do is put some other clear, the diamonds, the actual diamond stickles in. I love this one because it doesn't taint the colour, it doesn't change the colour. I might put that in between, I don't know. Or I might just leave it as it is, because I think it's turned out beautiful. I just want to see if I can pick up that. Can you see that shimmer? Beautiful. Okay, let's come out and have a look. So, there we are. A Flower Fairies page. Done with paints, stickles, my Astra pastel pencils. And I'm really pleased with it. I would have liked to have been able to put more detail in the flowers, but there were so many. So I hope you've enjoyed it, folks, and just seeing how these pencils work, because they are fantastic. Thank you so much for following me, for all your support and friendship. It means everything to me. So I'll let you go, and I'm not going to tell you, but there is another video coming up. I will see you very soon, folks. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.